Happy trails to you until we meet again. Marriage and Family Systems from Moody Bible Distance Learning. This is your fearless leader, Professor Jeff, signing off. This is it. Class is done. Grading begins. And you guys are done, and some of you are done for good. So I'm very proud of you. I wanted to say that I'm so thankful to be able to teach this class. I've taught this class 4 or 5 times now. It's one of my favorite classes to teach, particularly because, and maybe it's an emotional thing for me, my wife and I are celebrating our 25th wedding anniversary this fall, and we've just looked back on all the times God has been faithful to us, all the struggles we've been through, and all the mountaintops, and just having somebody to walk beside me has been a very faithful thing and a beneficial thing for my spirit and my soul. So whether you're married or want to be married or going to be married, I think this class really can encourage you. And now you have some books, and maybe you didn't read all the books. Maybe you skimmed them, but there'll be a day when school is over and you still have to, be a good husband or wife, and you can go back to those books and read them with your wife or husband. And I just want to encourage you. What my father-in-law wrote in the Marriage Builder on my wedding day, 11/28/92. To Jeff, on your wedding day, dialogue is to love as blood is to the body. That you understand this is my prayer for you. Communication is the key. It is. And so here's the thing. If you need to communicate with me about anything, I am always here. We still haven't gotten my Skype working on this dumb computer. So it's frustrating. But if you want to text me, if you want to call me, if you want to email me or carrier pigeon me, I would love to talk with you about anything that you need to, talk about. I do want to tell you that I'm starting to grade. I have 4 classes to grade. I have a really large class that I'll grade first, so I will probably get your grading in, hopefully done by Friday. I'm doing a wedding this weekend, so that may put me off a little bit. But I did want to tell you about the wedding that I'm doing. 16 years ago, a 16-year-old girl walked into our student ministry. She walked in, and we had a basketball goal set up, and somebody threw her the basketball. She shot it, and it went in. And the girl that threw the ball ran over and jumped on her and started telling her how awesome she was and come sit with me. And she hadn't planned to stay. What we know now is that young lady named Emily had written a suicide note, and she was coming to say goodbye to one of her friends that she knew would be at church that night. She was planning to kill herself that night. She heard the gospel for the very first time, and Jesus did a miracle in her heart. And 16 years later, she has a master's degree from a Christian college. She's a therapist, and I get to do her wedding. So the gospel is power, right? Dunamis, the power of God, dunamis, dynamite. It still has power. Don't ever underestimate it. Don't ever take it for granted, particularly within the context of marriage and family. So I could ramble on forever, I promise you, about this subject. So may the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face shine upon you, turn toward you, and give you shalom. And that's the word I leave you with. Shalom. Onward and upwards.